Giving y'all my top 25 college football rankings. Let's get it.
For number one, I have Miami. I just think, they're still the best. I don't see a point in moving them. They have the better resume. They've looked better. Ohio State is only number one in some people's rankings because of last season, which I don't have a problem with it, but Miami is the better team, resume and, stats and watching-wise. So, yeah. Like I said, Ohio State, I wouldn't argue with it, but at the same time, I would. Miami, I think that they're better than Ohio State right now. If not better, they're even or slightly better. So, I don't got a problem with it, but, I just think Miami deserves it for right now. Indiana, I was high on them before. I had them at number 4 before they even beat Oregon. So, don't say I wasn't wrong and I predicted the upset. I predicted them to win 38-32 by 6. They won 30-20 by 10. So, yeah. Alabama at number 4. It's not unrealistic, I don't think. I really think that they're the best in the SEC. Texas A&M can't pass the ball barely. They're not bad, but they can't pass the ball barely. They can, but at the same time they can't, you know what I mean? Ole Miss, they almost lost to Washington State. There's no excuse for that. It's not a trap game. Washington State is trash, and you almost lost to them. There's no excuse for it. Hey, you can call it maybe an off game. You underrated them or something, didn't prepare right, but I don't know, bro. Washington State, and don't even compare that to Florida State. Florida State's way better than Washington State, and Florida State, they beat them week 1. They would not beat this Alabama team. This Alabama team would beat week 1 Alabama 52-10. Argue with the wall. Texas A&M at number 5. This is super valid. I don't know if Texas A&M is, they're probably the second, third best in the SEC, in my opinion. Maybe a little worse. I'm not sure. They haven't played the others I could say are contenders, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, but all those teams I just named also have their own issues, big issues. It's not just, here and there, a few dinks there, but other than that, they're great. No, LSU doesn't have an offense at all. Georgia, barely, they don't even got a defense at all, really. Tennessee, they don't got a defense, really. A little underrated, but still don't got one. Now, here's Ole Miss. I dropped them by 2. Actually, no, I dropped them by 1. I thought they were at 4. I forgot. I had it. Never mind. But, I dropped them by 1 to 6 because I don't think they deserve to stay or get better after that performance. So, and number 6, drop them by 1. That's just, that's so valid. Why even argue that? Oregon at number 7 is super valid, I think, for right now. They lost to a super good Indiana team. Like everybody was saying, maybe Florida State's just good after they beat Alabama. Maybe Indiana's just good. Like what? But Oregon, yeah, I still don't think they're bad. They beat most teams in the rankings now, and that's not even a lie. That's just the truth. So I think 7 is still valid until I see them perform bad again or lose another game or something. Texas Tech at 8, yeah, they are a top 10 team. Top 12 at least. Top 15, yeah, I guess for right now until you see them do something. They've done something, but you know what I mean. Like, playoffs-wise, beat an out-of-conference team, not just Big 12 dinks, because Utah, I feel like they're good, but they're not good. You know what I mean? Like Alabama's still Alabama, but they're not. They're not Bama. I don't know. You get what I'm saying, but you just got to see them play I guess a big Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, Georgia caliber team, not Utah, who we don't even know if they're good or not. For number 9, I have Georgia. I did have Georgia at 8, Texas Tech at 9, but when you think about it, Georgia's even with Tennessee. Have them ranked better than Tennessee. That don't make sense. And then at the same time, Georgia has defensive issues. Offense is fine, I guess. Utah has a good defense, has a good offense. So what makes you think that they wouldn't at least give Georgia a challenge? Tennessee, like I said, even with Georgia, so, right behind them. Yeah, they're very even. They're literally right on even. LSU, number 11's valid. I still think they lose a few more games this season. Alabama game would be tough, but at the same time, Alabama's playing keep away. LSU's defense very good, though, but Alabama's playing keep away from the offense, and offense can't score to begin with no matter how much time they have, so LSU might as well get 0 points on the board. Alabama will score eventually. I mean, even if it's 7-0, a win's a win. Notre Dame at 12. I know they have 2 losses, but they might have the best 2 losses in the country. I'm not going to lie. And Auburn has the best 3 losses in the country. It's pretty crazy. Now, maybe before the Alabama game, I was a little too high on Missouri, but I still don't think they're bad. I think that they beat a lot of these teams, in the rankings above them. You'll see. But their quarterback is atrocious. He can run, yeah. But I think he's basically Drew Aller. They're about even. He throws like him. He kind of runs. I don't know, actually. And they kind of look similar. See why I couldn't start over him. But, actually, I don't know. Either one starting will be the same outcome. Yeah. Buford Bula's he's pretty bad. I mean, he can run, but he can't throw, at all. USC, I think they deserve to take Michigan's spot right here. It's valid to me, number 14, until I see them do bad, lose a game, They're not that bad. I think they could beat a few of these teams. Now, Utah, I have them at 15. I think that they could beat a few of these teams, too. They're not that bad either. Vandy, yeah, 16. Why would I move them off a bye? I mean, they're not even bad. Diego, yeah, he's not the best thrower. He can throw, but not good. You know what I mean? It's not Buford Bula type throws. It's he can throw. He's not, he's not like you can't throw or we lose. Kind of. But he can throw. Most definitely. He can. But he's just, he's not an elite quarterback that's going to carve up your defense. He's a running quarterback. But he's not a trash thrower. He ain't good. Or he ain't good. He's about mid or just below mid, like a 4 or 5 out of 10, something like that. Now, Washington, they're not that bad either. But, yeah, you just got to see how they do in the future. What's their schedule? I don't know their schedule, but depending on it, low-key, if Washington doesn't play any good teams, which they probably do got Oregon and Indiana and all that, which they could beat Oregon, but I'm not going to speak too soon. So, Washington could be a playoff team. I got to check their schedule after this. So, Nebraska's, I ain't going to say they're really good. I don't know why I'm saying that. More like their quarterback is really good. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank on him, but I know who he is. Dylan Raiola. He's really good. He threw 3 picks, so 3. That's bad. But they still won. And who was it? Drawing a blank on that too. Can't remember if it was a blowout or not. I looked at the stats. I know he threw 3 picks and 4 touchdowns. Good yards. Won a good completion percentage too, I thought. Can't remember. But I know he had 3 picks. So he ain't in the Heisman conversation. Dante Moore ain't. Fernando Mendoza, he might be. I don't know. I think he had a pick, a touchdown, but not even 200 yards. Maybe 215, actually, but he was 19 out of 31. But it's not like he did terrible. So if he just plays good next game, plays good the other games, and just has that game in there, which wasn't even, it wasn't a terrible game, he could be a Heisman front runner. Virginia, number 19, I think it's valid. Anybody, that saw this would say it's valid. They don't got a problem with it. So, I just think it is. I mean, why not? I mean, they're going to beat a lot of teams. You put them up against a lot of teams. You put them up against a team with no defense. And, I mean, even teams with the defense, they're putting up 30+. I mean, but you put them up against a team with no defense and a little bit of offense, Virginia's taking that. Cincinnati at 20, there shouldn't be a problem with this either. I mean, in my rankings at the end shouldn't be a problem Because in the end, the last rankings 20 and stuff. I mean, why does it even matter? It's not like I'm saying they're making the playoffs or anything. I mean, it's just number 25, number 20. They gain nothing from it. I just think that they're probably, somewhere in the mix there. It's probably the hardest thing to do is pick 20 through 25 and stuff because there's so many teams that are valid to be here. So you just really got to pick the ones, go with your gut on it, I guess. Georgia Tech at 21, yeah, they should have lost to Wake Forest, so that's why I don't have them at 15 or something. So before y'all get on me about this, they should have lost to Wake Forest. So, like I said, but Memphis has looked pretty good. Aren't they 6-0 right now? Yeah, I know they are. They're undefeated, so they're not that bad. South Florida at 23, there shouldn't be a problem. I know they got blown out, but it was by the team that I have at number 1. I mean, why wouldn't the number 1 team blow out or beat the number 23 team by a lot? Why would that be a one possession game? I don't get that. I mean, I would say one possession game with the number 10 team is valid, but or I don't know, the number 1 team having a one possession game with any team inside of the top 15 or something, I'd say, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not crazy that happened, but any team outside of that, and they're only beating them by 3-7-6, something like that, I'd be like, they ain't the number 1 team then. I don't know. Or maybe they're underrated. Maybe the other teams are underrated. So, it's valid. Texas at 24, yeah, I don't know. They got the talent for 24, I guess. Arch Manning, I mean, we never even... He was a 5-star somehow. But I guess they got the players for it. Arch Manning ain't a real 5-star. Low key, I would say Arch Manning is more like a 2-star. Really, with the way he's playing, he can only ball out against Sam Houston, and most of his passes were low anyway, and he didn't have good mechanics. I mean, dude's really a 2-star. I don't know why he's playing at this level, but because of his name, don't forget. But yeah, I guess 24 for right now. Oklahoma at 25, yeah, like I said. But I don't know. I called it though. I called it. If John Mateer does come back, is he gonna be the same? But I was wrong on this prediction by pretty good bit. Which defense should I trust more? Oklahoma's. That's what I said. And I don't know if I still do. Because really, I mean, the offense messed up. I would still say I trust Oklahoma's defense more. Offense had 3 picks. John Mateer was not ready to come back. I don't know why they didn't take him out after the first 2. They should have just went ahead and at least 3. I don't know. I didn't watch the game because I was watching the game and then it was boring. I'm not gonna lie. It was 6-3 at halftime. So I turned that junk off and then I watched it. No, I didn't turn it off actually. I turned it back on at halftime. Texas got, I can't remember. What was it, a touchdown, I think? Yeah, they got a touchdown. After Oklahoma tied it up at 6-6, they got a touchdown, 13-6. And then, I don't know, I turned it off. I think that's all she wrote, though, because looks like Oklahoma didn't score after that and Texas did. They got 10 more points after that, so it was just a boring game overall. Terrible game by Oklahoma. I think they can bounce back if John Mateer improves, I guess, or sits out a little longer. I don't think he was ready. 3 interceptions by the Heisman candidate, Heisman front runner before he got injured. I just don't think it was really his time to come back. I think that Michael Hawkins Jr. should have came in.